Hey Fit Fam, this is Tay the Great from Fit and Sanity. Today's show is sponsored by F&A Distribution, your local laser, steel, and cut crew. Need custom brackets, plates, or gym signage? They'll cut it, label it, and have it ready to bolt on. Just visit fnadistribution.com and tell them Fit and Sanity sent you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we back in the zone, time to tighten the frame. Mind sharp, body strong, yeah, we lifting the game. Fit Sanity, the crew, we be breaking the limits. No excuses, no fear, we go hard every minute. Tay the Great in the lab, keeping focus profound. We talk health, real life, how to rise from the ground. If you ready for the change, take a breath, lock in. Let the dog gap for the warriors, let's begin. Let's begin. Let's begin. Let's begin. Let's begin. Let's begin.
Welcome back to another episode of the Fit and Sanity Podcast. Hey, this is another one between me and you guys. So here and there, I'm going to post some solo episodes, maybe going over just a few more details when we don't have the crew in. So right now, there's one that I wanted to address. So first off, this episode is going to be cool. It's like, I think last time we talked about laughter's the best medicine, right? Just like, when they say smiling, being happy is good medicine. I mean, if you guys listened to that last episode, it was a little wild, right? It was a wild one. I will say that. Hassan, appreciate you for coming on. He did fantastic. He was a great guest. And viewer discretion, if you haven't listened to it, viewer discretion, but it's fun, it's light, it's funny. And we're just going to keep going. Shout out to F&A Distribution. Shout out to Vinny, Sherry, all you guys. Big shout out, much love. And so today's episode, it's a little different. It's going to be about comfort. And it's one of those things where with comfort, you don't think that it's a problem, but I don't think any of us think it's a problem right now, right? Because you're comfortable. So if you're comfortable, you're never going to think comfort's a problem. So what if it's not fear that's holding you back? What if it isn't even failure? What if it's comfort? Like, think about that. Like, think about it for a second. Fear gets talked about all the time. Failure gets talked about all the time. There's 1,000 podcasts talking about overcoming fear, bouncing back from failure, but nobody's doing a podcast on comfort. And comfort seems to be the thing that keeps most of us stuck. If you really think about it, comfort keeps us stuck. It feels safe. Nobody gets uncomfortable on purpose, right? That's not humans are wired. And even our body, when we get to homeostasis, it's comfort. We want to be comfortable. Our body always wants to be comfortable, but there's a problem. And here is the problem. It doesn't announce itself as an enemy, right? Because your comfort is like, you get in the doors of your house, you kick your shoes off, whatever, you take a hot shower, everything, you're comfortable. That is like peace. That's where you want to be. That's where most of us want to be all the time. But unfortunately, that comfort, it does get you stuck, right? And maybe it's fine for you to stay where you're at right now for a season, but if you want to become the exact person, that version of you that you dream about, that version that you really see, if you really want to become that version, you got to get out your comfort zone a little bit. I think there's one thing, I'll reference this story later, but there was one thing where I went to UTA. Shout out to UTA and all the grads. Go Mavericks. I went to UTA, and they would always say in our exercise science program, get comfortable being uncomfortable. And at the time, you're like, man, these tests are hard. This is hard. This class hard. This class hard. But you're not really thinking about what they're preparing you for. When they say get comfortable, getting uncomfortable, they mean that, because the thing that we're trying to achieve, the thing that you're trying to get to, that next level, you're not going to want to do half of the things that you have to do sometimes. Like, to make it to the next level, You don't want to do that all the time. Kind of sucks. You know what I mean? Who wants to go take a bunch of classes and study and get to the next, even working out? Who wants to get uncomfortable and sweaty and hot, right? I get it. But like, let's think about it. Comfort isn't just the enemy, right? It's not the enemy. Like, let's say that first. Let's say that up front because we hear the episode wrong and then you feel bad for being comfortable. That is not the thing. You should relax, active rest. Some people like active rest, like just sit down and do nothing sometimes, right? You need to rest. Rest is comfort and is good. We're talking about the other kind of comfort that becomes like your hiding spot where you don't want to do anything. You just go in your hole and crawl. The comfort that shows up dressed like wisdom, or I'm just being realistic, or this is just who I am, or I've always done it this way and it worked fine. So you see with all those statements, you go, okay, well, I've been comfortable. It's worked fine so far, but this kind of comfort, it doesn't really refuel you. It kind of freezes you exactly where you're standing. And we call it stability, right? Because we're happy, right? And here's how you can tell the difference between one and the other, because on the surface, they can look identical, right? Rest gives you their energy back. You feel restored. Hiding from comfort takes energy from you. So it slowly builds. You might feel anxiety and it gets a little bit bigger, but you feel like sometimes you've been resting and you've been resting, but you're pretty much hiding from the same goal because more than likely you got a goal. A lot of times the goal is like, hey, I want to just start the gym, or I want to start doing this, or I want to eat better. It's really simple goals a lot of the times. It's just we it's hard. It's hard to get off that couch. It's hard to say, I'll just start Monday or I'll start the next day. I mean, I get it, right? But think about a muscle that don't get used, right? It doesn't stay the same size. It's actually going to shrink if it doesn't get used. So comfort works the same way. Your ambition, your confidence, you're willing to even try things, like that all goes down if you don't use those things, right? So it's not gonna go down dramatically like, oh, I just don't feel like doing anything. You won't notice it for like a day and then maybe a month, but then maybe a couple of years down the line, you'd be like, dang, I used to be good at that. How many times have you thought that to yourself? Oh, I used to do this so well. Oh, I used to go out, or I used to enjoy myself. But I mean, you're comfortable. Even think about the job you stayed in 3 years too long because it paid great. The group chat, everybody was cool. You're having a good time at work. So you're not really thinking about it. And you know, I need to do something different. I'm not making enough money. I'm better. I can do a little bit more, but we're comfortable, right? Now think about the relationship you knew wasn't it anymore. You 100% knew. Like a lot of us do that. We'll stay in a relationship and we know that relationship ain't for us. But guess what? We're comfortable. They help pay bills. You don't have to go looking. And the society nowadays is one of those things where they say dating is just like, it's hard. It's terrible because one, everybody, you got so much access to so many people. And I don't think it's taken as serious, like as maybe love in the 70s, 80s. I don't know. It was before our time. So either way, yeah, that's the same kind of comfort we're talking about. We want to avoid, right? Like it was quiet. You didn't realize it. You just realized one thing. Okay, so I'll put it like this. What you're going to realize is when the growth begins, right? So just say you leave that job, you break up with that person, or like just something ends where you're always comfortable. Guess what? You got to start making some uncomfortable decisions. And you have to actually say that, like, growth begins the moment comfort ends. Like every rep that changed your body was a rep that felt hard, but it made you stronger, right? So it's just about reps. Like it's like if you're uncomfortable, maybe driving or doing something like that. The more you do it, the more you do it, the more you do it. Before you know it, you're driving and you're thinking about everything else in the world except being uncomfortable while driving. Or the worst, parallel parking. I don't even know if that's a thing no more. Like, is it a thing to really be able to parallel park anymore? I was going to say back in the day, but back in the day, in the 1800s, we will say, yeah, parallel parking was a thing when we were getting our licenses. I don't know if it's a thing right now, but let's go to why we choose comfort, right? Real quick, because I think this actually helps you understand. It helps me understand. Your brain isn't broken for one comfort. It's exactly what it's designed to do. Your brain wants you to be comfortable. Your brain, number one job before confidence, before ambition, before any of it's keeping you alive is keeping you alive and keeping you safe, right? That's your brain's job. That's why our alarms, it's almost like our spidey senses. If you watch any kind of Marvel stuff, your spidey senses start tingling when you feel like you're in danger. That's your brain like, hey, I might not need to be at this party anymore. Maybe I don't need to be at this situation. Hey, maybe I don't need to hang out with these people because I don't know what's going to happen. It doesn't feel safe. So it doesn't know the difference between this workout is going to be uncomfortable. This saber-toothed tiger is going to eat me. Your brain don't know the difference. It's just one of those things where it's comfort or it's not, right? So both are registered as a threat is what I'm saying. Yeah, there's a big like saber-tooth tiger and then a workout. Yeah. But they both you get the same kind of reactions with your brain and your body. Same instinct. You want to avoid it. You want to go back to what's familiar. You want to conserve energy. That's the instinct that keeps humans alive for a very long time. And that's cool. And that's what we want, right? The problem for most of us is that we aren't dodging tigers anymore. We're dodging phone calls. We're dodging hard conversation. We're dodging relationships. I'm not opposed to that. It's the same. Like, I'm literally doing the same thing. And that's another reason we do this podcast is for people like you and me to go through and like, hey, maybe there's somebody that understands and maybe we can talk about it. Maybe we build a community and we just get a little bit better one day at a time. And no one can just do it alone. It takes help, it takes a good team around you and even better Fit and Sanity community, right? So, but once you know all that, you can stop taking it personal, right? It's not that you're lazy or weak-willed, it's that you're human, right? You're human and you want to be comfortable. Like the brain's doing its job and it's doing its job really well. Like knowing that don't get you off the hook, right? Because that's the easiest way to do it. But the discomfort is normal. And the whole thing we want to do is just try to get through it, right? So Fit and Sanity Podcast way. I'm going to give you guys a quick fitness tip. So fitness tip of the day is do not. Well, no, we'll go with the nutrition tip of the day. Nutrition tip of the day first. Let's go there. Don't just drink your protein. Let's eat it, right? Eat protein, but drink a lot of water. Like what they say, body's like 70% water. You got to drink a lot of water, right? And okay. And going back to the fitness tip, because I almost got tangled up there. But with the fitness tip of the day, how about you try a different exercise? So let's just say you like to do rows. Maybe go and do bent over rows or something. Or do something you're not that great at. I'm infamous for the jump rope. You should try it. It's fun. And it's good cardio. It's going to get you a little muscle and you're going to get a little sweat on. So definitely try it. But just try something that you're not used to, something that makes you uncomfortable. Let's do that for a bit, okay? And that's just going into like your mindset, right? Which is what we can focus on for a minute, right? Okay, so here's what I want. Like, this is what we should sit on. This is what I want you to sit with for a second, okay? Just thinking like you're just nodding along while you're driving, folding laundry. When was the last time you did something that scared you in a good way? Take a second to like, when's the last time? And I'm not talking like reckless, scary, or dangerous. I'm not even talking about like, it could be a roller coaster, but I'm talking about the kind of scared you get when your heart beats a little faster because you're about to do something that really matters to you. Like you sign up for the thing that's been part of the conversation. You sign up for the gym. You go for your degree. You you go on a date, or maybe you get on that dating site and it's like, I'm going to get myself back out there. Go for it. So these are the kind of things there's so many examples we can go on. So if you had to just think and know to remember the last time that happened, I mean, that's all the information. So remember, like, it's not a character flaw. I'm not coming for you. If anything, I'm coming for myself because we're in the same boat. I personally don't do everything that makes me uncomfortable, but that's how I challenge myself, is to do uncomfortable things. For example, like, I'm sitting here with the camera right in front of you guys and a microphone. So I'm recording a voice podcast, I'm recording a video, I'm doing them both at the same time. I'm doing it by myself today. And when I tell you I've done solo episodes before, and for some reason, even with the solo episode, I get a little uncomfortable. I get to the point where, man, I'm nervous. Am I going to do okay today? Is this going to work? Is it going to touch somebody? Like, am I wasting my time? Do I look crazy? You think about all those things because you're putting yourself out there. You're going to upload it on YouTube or Spotify and everything, Instagram, everything. The whole world's going to see it, or not the whole world. Where you got to kind of dial it back, because not everybody's going to see it just yet, but eventually they'll go back and see it. So I was uncomfortable doing this, yet here I am sitting talking to you guys about doing things that make you uncomfortable. So let's get uncomfortable together. Okay. So let's get a fire question, right? This is what I kind of like to do. If you listen, we try to do a little weird question every time, just something for you to think about, right? So if comfort guaranteed, you'd be average for the rest of your life, would you still choose comfort? Like, just that comfort. No shame either way. Some people would take that deal 100%. Your average, especially if you like middle class salary and you're cool and you live it within your means, take that deal all day. Nobody want to be stressed out all the time. It's not for everyone, but it's just one of those things where you know, if your answer is no, there's some part of you that says, I don't want to be average. Like, I absolutely do not want that. Then hold on to that feeling and listen for the rest of the episode. Like, you're getting uncomfortable right now. And that's pretty much what we're talking about. So I'll tell you a little bit of story of myself. I remember I decided at one point I was going to change careers, and I wanted to chase like the exercise science route, maybe the doctorate route, going down that path, which I've chased all that. It's just, you figure out what's good for you and what's not. 100%, I was uncomfortable trying to go back to school. We feel like, okay, I've already joined the police. I've been in that for a little bit, but I want something different. And I jumped in and I started back to school, and I was nervous. I was very uncomfortable. Like I said, I went to UTA. It was a hard program. I was busy. I was working, and I doubted it, man. And I was just like, bro, and then you hear the older people saying, or judgmental, oh, yeah, you're a little too old to be going to school. It's like, dude, I'm 31. Like, what? Like, I can't go get my degree. I can't finish. But then it's just like, no, you don't let those people take your light, especially if you're going to do something that's uncomfortable, i.e. this podcast, going back to school, doing anything. You're going to have people they're going to push you away from that. And I really think you should push through that. If you really want it, 10 years, we'll think about it like this. If it's going to matter to you 10 years down the line, then do something, right? Like, make an effort towards it. If you feel like it's not going to matter and it's not going to help change your life, but it's something you really want to do, I mean, maybe don't. But if you feel like it's something that can change your life, why aren't you taking action? Like, it's really up to you, right? So that's in my story. I did get my degree and I did get in a doctorate program, and I am here right now talking to you guys. So what I'm saying is, you got to get uncomfortable and all of that, and it works. Doctorate program stories, that comes later. We're not doing that right now, but I got in, I joined it. Doctor of occupational therapy is where I was going. So, but it was good. It was fun. Either way, so let's call out the red flags of this particular episode. So, red flag, I'll start Monday. You see how that can be a problem. I'll start Monday because no, you won't. Or maybe you will. But it's like, what if something comes up Monday? What if you go Monday and then you get a flat tire? That's going to ruin your day. You're not going to start anymore. What if anything else happens? Like, you're not going to want to start. So instead of just starting Monday, why don't you just start like and start small? Whatever you're going to do, just start small. Maybe if you're going to write a book, maybe just set out the materials. Okay, I'm going to have my laptop. I'm going to have this for notes and this for notes. You got to walk by that and look at that every day until you decide, hey, you know what? Let me do it. Or you know what helped with me? Definitely when you're in school, get note cards or sticky notes. Put them on the mirrors that you look at every day when you brush your teeth. It's going to remind you, hey, I need to do this. I need to do that. It's also a studying hack if you haven't tried that. Um, I'm waiting until everything is perfect. It's never going to be perfect. Just start. Like, just start. 100% this podcast has not been perfect. It wasn't perfect when we started. I'm not a perfect host yet. I am literally learning one day at a time, one episode at a time. We're going, and you guys are going with me, and I appreciate you guys, right? So it doesn't have to be perfect. All you have to do is start. And I just need to do more research first. I guarantee you, you're going to learn when you start doing. We can keep talking about it, but when you start actually doing, you're going to learn. And don't be afraid to fail. It's going to hurt. It's going to suck, but just don't be afraid to fail, right? So if there's someone listening and feels stuck, here's your one thing I want you to do before the end of the day. Like, just do it before the day ends. Like, not this week. Not when things calm down, because things are not going to calm down and they never do. Pick the smallest possible version of something uncomfortable that you've been avoiding to do and just do that piece. Just something small, though, like the most small, even if it's like calling someone on the phone that you probably should call, but you don't want to. It's just a little uncomfortable. Maybe it's having a hard conversation. Just something small, though. Nothing big. Don't push yourself. If it's a relationship thing, like, just keep it one honest sentence. Like, maybe say something you've been wanting to say to your spouse the entire time. If it's a workout, just go and like spend 15 minutes at the gym. It's just a start. You're not going to stay there. You're just starting, and then you'll build momentum. So you do that one thing, and then hopefully you get the next few things done, right? So we're not going to do rapid fire right now, but I will say books or Netflix. Hands down, I'm going to pick Netflix, man. Unless I'm working, then I'll go books. So whatever you guys are going to do is up to you. But I do a little bit both. If there's a healthy balance in between, then maybe we go there, right? So here's your challenge for the week. Again, well, for the day, you're going to do that small thing, right? But for the week, maybe do one thing that makes you uncomfortable. Just one. Doesn't have to be big, and it shouldn't be big, because that's how you're going to start talking yourself out of it. I feel like I talked myself out of doing the whole fitness competition. I don't feel like I'm in bad shape, and I felt like I was in decent shape when it was coming time to do it, but I talked myself out of it, and it's just comfort. I was more comfortable at, like, man, my body's grew. I got so much more muscle. I went from 174 to 194. So, and it's pretty lean, and I didn't want to change that, but I wanted to do it. But I'm like, oh, I gotta lose weight. Sacrifice. It's what you want. It's give and take. But it's one of those things where I wish I would have did it, and I'm gonna have to run it back and do it different. And I lost the progress. Well, dieting progress. So it's just like starting over, having to do it again. That's my fault. Comfort, right? But anyway, let's go with the quote of the week. Your comfort zone is beautiful, but nothing's gonna grow in there. Okay, nothing's growing there. All right. So in closing, let's bring it home, right? Comfort isn't bad. It's rest, is real, it's recovery, and you need it. But comfort can quietly keep you exactly where you are, and you're pretty much the wisdom that you could gain by trying those things. Because you think about it, whether it's your kid, your family member, mom, sister, dad, brother, somebody, they might want to know what it takes one day to even be in your shoes, or how'd you get your degree? How'd you get here? And tell them the story when you were uncomfortable. Like, maybe you see someone in life and you feel like, man, I know they can do better. I just wish they would take that next step. Well, that's why they have good friends like you, right? Help them take that next step. Well, but wait, until next time, we're going to close down. I'll see you guys next week. Stay fit, stay focused, stay sane.
Yeah, we crush it today. Now it's time for the flex. Mind heavy, heart steady. We demanding respect. Fit insanity, the code. We don't break, we don't bend. Every setback is set up. Every loss is a win. Keep the pressure on your goals. Let it sharpen your